It's Shelly Love.
We are here today with Dallas Jackson, writer, director, producer, and president of DJ Classics. We are going to interview him on his new movie. We're going to bring him in with no delay, and we're going to jump right into this interview. So let's welcome him, Dallas Jackson.
Hi.
Hello, how are
Thanks
you?
for having me.
Great. That's good. So I actually went to see your movie yesterday. I'm not going to talk about that yet. I'm going to jump into the other stuff that you've done and been a part of. Let's just start out with some of the movies that you have done, like Thriller, like the Thriller movie that was out in 2019, which I saw that as well. Thank you. Very good movie. I don't like scary movies, but that one was actually good.
Thank you.
Welcome to Sudden Death. So tell us a little more about some more things that you have going on and the ones that you've presently been on.
Yeah, so Thriller was the first movie I was able to direct that I wrote. And that was with a company called Blumhouse that did Get Out. And as soon as Get Out came out, they greenlit my movie. I was working on a show at the time with John Singleton called Rebel, which was on BET. We did 10 episodes of that show. And because of my association with John and their love of the script of Thriller, they asked if I would be interested in directing it as well. And I had written the script. So we shot that in 2018. It came out in 2019. And then that led to Netflix bought that movie. And then that led to Welcome to Sudden Death with Michael Jai White. We shot that in 2019 in Winnipeg with Michael Jai and Gary Owen. And that's a comedy, action comedy. It's on Netflix right now. And that was a joint venture with Netflix and Universal. And then that dropped during quarantine, September 2020. And that movie was top 5 on Netflix and did well and led me to being able to go make The System, which we shot last summer in July of 2021 in Mississippi. And here we are today with you as it is released on Amazon and Apple today, and it's in theaters right now.
So now bringing us to the System. The movie was great from the beginning all the way to the end. Let me just tell you that right now.
Thank you.
What inspired you to write this kind of movie? This about prison and what might go on, some of the things that might actually take place behind the scenes in prisons. What was your drive?
Sure. And by the way, I got this weird sun glare from my shade, so I'm trying to dodge it. Anyway.
It's okay.
So The System was inspired by an article that a producer had sent to me about prisoners being made to fight to the death in a private prison upstate New York. And so that was a real true story. And so I just kind of went down this rabbit hole of private prisons and the conditions and the way they were treating men inside and their priority to make profit. There's more prisons being built now than colleges. And if you build a prison, the only way to make a profit off of it is to have human bodies inside. And most of those bodies come from our communities, Black and brown communities. And so I wanted to paint that picture of the corruption and what's going on inside private prisons within an action movie so that we could, have a message wrapped around this action concept.
And also, how did you come to picking your characters? We have Tyrese, we have Terrance Howard, we have Jeremy, we have a lot of characters. So how did you know which one fit the role? Did the audition?
I wrote the movie making the characters, there's a martial arts element to this movie. And so that's another layer of it. And I just wanted to write the best story that reflected the message and hopefully attract good talent to the script. And Tyrese came into it through John Singleton and I's relationship on Rebel. Tyrese and John obviously worked together on Baby Boy and Too Fast, Too Furious. And so when John found out that I was writing this, he's like, you got to go get Tyrese. And he made that connection with he and I. Tyrese and I had been friends before, but John made sure we worked on this with the movie. And that was one of the legacies he left with us, was to work together along with Terrance. Terrance, worked with John on Hustle and Flow, and also worked with John on Four Brothers with Tyrese. So we have this kind of fraternity of John Singleton, Tyrese, Terrance, and I. And so when Tyrese reached out to Terrance, he was in retirement. He came out of retirement for our movie once he read the script and felt comfortable about what I wanted to do story-wise. And Jeremy is just a fantastic actor. And so when the producers made him an offer to play the warden, he came right in and created this character. He did the Southern drawl for me to make sure I was cool with that. And, I'm not going to tell that man anything. He's a seasoned actor, and he came along and almost stole the movie. He is the Joker. He's great.
He was great. He really was. He really was. So how long was the making of this movie from start to finish? Like, how long did it take? Was it years? Was it a year, 2 years?
Well, we had a couple of false starts from 2018, and then 2019. I kind of went and did a couple other things and picked this back up. And then, the pandemic hit, which put everything on hold. We didn't know when we were going to be making movies again. And then in the summer of 2021, things started to kind of crank back up again. And some producers and financiers reached out to me after watching Welcome to Sudden Death and asked me if I had anything that was an action movie. And I sent them the system, and that got the ball rolling. From the spring of 2021, I would say early spring, to the summer of 2021, we were finished shooting. We wrapped in August 2021. So it was a journey, but then once of a couple of years of the script and trying to get things together, but then once, the money hit, it went relatively fast. And there's always a roller coaster ride when you're making a movie, but we got to the finish line, and I think we have something pretty good.
Yes, I will agree with that. So, and I also read that you're working with 50 Cent on 24/7. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
24/7? Yes.
Yeah, I'm working with 50 on a project called 24/7, which was based on the life of Derek Parker, who was the youngest brother to become a detective in New York. He was African-American detective at like 25. And so he would take on the cases of the culture because he was the culture. He looked like a rapper when he wasn't off duty. So when things in the culture would happen, they would come to him. And so we thought there'd be an interesting way to do this movie or do this series 24/7 as like a modern day New York Undercover meets Bad Boys, meets a little bit of Beverly Hills Cop. So we're developing that. And I'm also writing a horror movie for 50 and horror guru Eli Roth called Creature House, which I'm doing with fellow Howard alumni Kevin Grievous, who also created the Underworld franchise, the Underworld movies.
So you're just going to be really busy. You have a lot of things in the making. So how do you, if someone wanted to be a part of your cast or wanted to be an extra, or how do you go about picking the characters? Is it just?
Well, I have a great casting director, Kim Harden, who also worked with John. And she casted all of John's movies. She's casted all of my stuff. She cast Too Fast, Too Furious. She cast Rebel for us. She cast Thriller for me. She cast Welcome to Sudden Death. And so Kim finds stars. That's what she does. And she also has connections to stars. So you want the best in your movie, you go get the best. And Kim's one of the best. And that was another legacy from John that I was able to continue working with. So Kim Harden, you want to get up in the movies, that's the young lady to hit up. She's on Instagram as Kim Harden.
That's Kim Harden. Y'all hear that? Y'all heard it on DreamSpire TV. If you're trying to get in, Kim Harden is your lady.
Kim Harden is the casting guru of Hollywood.
So what drives you? What's your passion? What's the drive in behind you being the director? Like, what motivates you to write such interesting movies? What's the word I'm looking for?
I
What
got
sets the tone? You know, like what sets
you.
the
Yeah.
tone for you?
Yeah. I'm trying to do genre movies with people of color. And when I say genre movies, I mean action or horror or sci-fi. I like those three genres. And I want to populate them with us, with people of color. And so I'm always looking for an interesting idea or concept in one of those three categories: action, sci-fi, or horror. And there's just not enough of that. That's the stuff I grew up on. Was the kid that used to go to the video store when we used to have those and rent 8 movies over the weekend and watch them all. And most of them all were horror movies or action movies or sci-fi movies. And I was a fan of those. And so those are the things that I like to create and also like to populate with us in them. And so that's my motivation. That's what gets me behind the camera. That's what has me writing. I was lost in the script when we were supposed to be logging on a few minutes ago. I'm sorry about that. But that's what I love to do. And that is my mission, is to do genre movies with Black folks, Black and brown. I like to stay diverse.
Okay. So let me ask you, how was it working with the late John Singleton? I know it speaks that he was like a mentor to you. Can you just speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, he was my brother. We met at an Oscar party that Lee Daniels was having, and someone mutual introduced us and said that, hey, young brother, you should be working with this legend, and legend, you should be working with this young brother. And John asked me where I went to college, and I said Howard. And he said, I want to go to Howard. And we bonded right there. And, we just love movies. We loved our families. Our babies played together. And he became a mentor and brother to me while we shot Rebel. And, we had plans to do other things. We were writing a pilot at the CW and other things that we both had mutual interest in and decided we were going to start a business. So it was a loss, not only to my family and our friends and our community, but just to entertainment in a whole. I mean, that man's legacy from Boys in the Hood all the way to Snowfall and things in between, like Rosewood, he was saying something and he was ahead of his time and definitely a genius that we all miss.
That you stand correct on that. So what else? What is your plans going forward as a director? What else do you have? I know you spoke on the things you have in the making, but as far as like your production company, what do you do in your production? DJ Classics.
DJ Classics, yes, we're starting a comic book company to create comics for the screen, developing TV projects, and also working on the next movie. The next movie we'll be shooting in March with Maurice Crump, who plays Freeway in The System, the martial artist who was the bad guy. He is a real martial artist in real life. He's a cold fighter, but he's also a great actor. So we're going to do a movie starring him that I'll partner up with the RZA. And that'll be the next project we'll do. It's kind of like a martial arts Mad Max Road Warrior kind of movie. So I think that'll be the next thing I get behind the camera.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on DreamSpire TV. I'm going to just tell everybody that doesn't know, please go out and see this movie, The System. It is a great movie. Congratulations to you on the movie. I wish you all the success. And thank you once again for coming to DreamSpire TV.
Thank you. The System is on Apple TV today. It's on Amazon today. And it's on demand today. And it's also in a theater near you. So go check it out. Thank you for the
Check it out. It's a good movie, y'all. Check it out. And also, can you tell people where they can find you, platforms so they can reach out to you on?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as you can search my name, Dallas Jackson. My IG name is DJ Classics with a Z at the end, because Black folks, we got to do something special. And,
right.
And I'm on Twitter as DJ Classics. I don't know how much longer I'll be on Twitter because they're acting crazy racist over there right now. But I'm on Twitter right now and Instagram as DJ Classics. So you can find me there on my socials.
Well, thank you once again, Mr. Jackson, for coming on DreamSpire TV. We really appreciate it. I look forward to all your success and look forward to watching some more of your brilliant movies.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. You're welcome.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Take care.